Hey guys, welcome. It's 4 p.m. I'm hungry, so I am making a meal. Simple, easy to make. So it's only 3 ingredients: eggs, butter, and rotel, which is diced tomato with green chilies. Okay, start the fire. Put 1 stick of butter. So my van don't have running water. I don't use soap or anything, so how I clean up my mess is with paper towels. Paper towels and spray bottles. We'll let the butter and the tomato cook first. Let some of the liquid evaporate, so it come out a little bit like a fried tomato. So what I have, so I usually keep my spray bottles like right next to the stove here. So what I have in here is one bottle have a rubbing alcohol. So I use it to wipe stuff, and it can clean almost anything, including myself. So it's simple, right? Like you just spray on a paper towel. You can clean your hand, clean anything, right? The other bottle, which is the bottle I'm using is hydrogen peroxide. So this is safer than the rubbing alcohol, because rubbing alcohol, you can use it on your skin, but you don't want to ingest it, right? But hydrogen peroxide is actually safe, because some people actually use it to like wash their mouth instead of using the regular alcohol-based mouth rinse. So you can clean the food, but people clean their vegetable with it too. So you can clean vegetable, fruits. You can drink small amount. Large amount, you'll be in trouble. So both of these, I can spray on the paper towel and clean my hand, right? Which is important when you are cooking in small space, especially if you are cooking eggs, right? You don't want to be spreading germs, especially after poaching the eggs, and you got stuff. You need to be able to clean really good. So this is the Dutch oven that I cook with. I only carry one pot, and I cook everything in this pot. It's lightweight. It's a aluminum pot with a ceramic coating, non-stick ceramic coating, so food doesn't stick, especially with a lot of butter. You can cook anything in it. Stir fry, fried noodles. You can stir fry in this thing. And I think they are the best for smaller space. Like for the most of my life, I use a wok, right? Wok with the handle is big, and it's a lot harder to store it. You need a bigger container. This, because it doesn't have a long handle, it saves space, and you only need a very little small tote to store it in. What I learned is that two handle, you hold it, you can stay toss food like a wok. There's too much liquid right now, so I'm not gonna toss it, but spin it, you toss it, just like a wok. So you can cook anything the wok can cook. One advantage of the reason I can toss it is because of the walls. You see, the walls are round and it curves back into the top. So when you flip it, it just fall back into the pot. And one advantage over the wok is that since the walls are a lot taller, there's a lot less spillage. A lot less splatter of the oil. Which in a van space is good because you want to make less mess. So right now, if the oil splatter, it just hit the wall itself and fall back down. So I don't need to use a splash guards or anything. Prepare a lot of paper towels so I can wipe my hands after poaching the eggs. One can of rotel, one stick of butter, and 4 eggs. I have a lot of carpets, like little ones, for mats. Just in case I make a mess. Bamboo chopsticks is my cooking utensil. And that's it. Very easy. So you put the butter and tomato and green chili, let the water evaporate, fry it first, and then when there's only oil and tomatoes left, you put your eggs, and eggs are done very fast. Some stay splattered. That's why I have some paper towel where it's closest to the pot. And the chopstick that I'm using, they are like they're like the ones that they use in the sushi places. So they're disposable. And I have plastic spoon. They make a bamboo spoon too, but they are a little bit more expensive, and I haven't found the need for them. I still have a lot of them, but no, I have just been cooking with the bamboo chopstick, and I don't have running water, so I don't need to wash it. And the plate that I'm using, so this the coated paper plate. Most of the paper plates are coated with plastic, and they give off a little particle that stay in your body forever. So eventually I stopped using those and started getting the uncoated paper plates. But uncoated paper plates, like if I put my food in it, it will get soaked and make a mess, right? So my solution to that is foam plate and paper plate. Foam plates probably are not good for you either. So like this, my food never touched the foam, just on the paper, but it bottom became soak proof. The pot is non-stick. So usually the thing with the ceramic non-stick is that they don't last long, not like the Teflon ones. They last only, you'd be lucky if it will last 1 year. So every 10 months or year, you will have to replace it. The only cleanup I have to do with the pot is just wipe it down with a paper towel a little bit, especially where the lid sits, so the lid doesn't get dirty. And that's it. It's put it back in there, and put it back in the storage tote, that way where I usually keep it. And the food is what it look like. Keto. If I want a little bit stronger taste, I can just drip a little bit soy sauce, but this is fine. Eggs make up a big part of keto diet. They are perfect food for keto. Because they're 50% protein, 50% fat. And then I added a stick of butter in here. So there is definitely at least 75% fat and 25% protein. Well, there's probably some carb in there, but and the keto diet, I was just curious. I just wanted to try it. I think I have like a minor case of chronic fatigue syndrome. So on normal carb-rich diet, I'm always tired. So I was like, hey, maybe test out the different fuel, right? You'll be running on fat and ketones instead of carbohydrates and glucose, sugar. I tried for a little bit, and I seem to have more stable energy, so I stick with it. It was easy for me. because my diet back then was rice and stir-fry veggie, right? I stir-fry my veggie with a little bit of beef or pork. So I just took out the rice and took out all the sugar and started eating more veggie with butter. So the dishes that I make stay similar, just larger volume. Like eggs and butter will usually be my breakfast. Lunch I don't usually eat much, sometimes just nuts. Mostly, what is that? Not walnuts, the other kind with a lot of fat in it. So nuts with a lot of fat, they all work. And for dinner, I stir fry usually like a little bit of beef with vegetable and butter. So the setup, my setup, I don't have to do any dishes, right? I just wipe the lid off the pot a little bit, and the rest is just, they are all disposable, so easy. And like I said in my first video, the only difference in my keto diet is I stay drink a couple of beers a day. As Steve Wallace would call it, step 2. Cheers. It's stay mostly keto, right? I mean, I know beer have carbs. But food just tastes So much better with beer. So the pot, I just let it cool down a little bit on the stove itself, and then when it's cool, I just put it back in the storage tub. I like my pots and plates and utensils to be clean, so they always stay in the storage tub with lid closed. It's getting a little bit chilly. So going to burn my stove a little bit. So I have two ways to turn off the propane on my stove. So one on the tank and one on the stove. Usually I always close the one in the tank. And since we are here, we can go over what else is sitting in next to the stove. I have 3 of these lighters. Back up, and back up. I have a can opener sitting here. I have a new box of trash bags, full gallon trash bags, and this is my trash can. They fit perfectly in here. Have a diagonal cat cutter. It was not in here. It's just here because I was playing around with the cable ties, like tie wraps earlier. But I do keep this. It's adjustable wrench, which I need to change the propane tanks. So I keep it here. And hydrogen peroxide and the rubbing alcohol. So I'm using the same bottle, so I just mark it with the marker so I know one of them is alcohol. You do need to be careful with the alcohol. Make sure you don't spray anywhere near the fire. They're flammable. It will explode. So there is my kitchen system, I guess. Very simple. Very simple. I do use a lot of paper towel. I like everything clean. I use it for everything. So paper towel and these 2 spray bottles replace the water and soap, the sink and everything. You can clean almost anything between these two. So if I do want to like wipe down my pot or whatever, which the food gonna touch, I will use hydrogen peroxide. They are food safe, right? Skin safe, food safe. Rubbing alcohol is it's a very good cleaning agent, like grease, like if I have oil, grease on my hand, or the eggs, sticky stuff, anything. It will clean almost anything. Just spray on the paper towel, like so. Careful of the fire, so I put it down and spray it, and you use as many as you need to get your hands and anything else clean. So, as you can see, like there's like no meal prep, right? Open a can, poach some eggs. That's it. My other meals are usually pretty simple too. So I get those already washed frozen veggies, like in plastic bags, right? The frozen veggie. Same thing with beef. I get it in a frozen. I will show you when I make those meals. So I just put a little bit of frozen beef. They are already cooked too. You just need to heat it up, and just for taste. And then butter and just dump in the frozen veggie. No prepping, and usually all my meals can be cooked and like in 10 minutes. I make all my meals because there is no fast food keto. I don't have to stick with keto. I can eat anything I want, right? So Sometimes I will have cheat day, like cheat days. I'll eat the whole cheesecake, no problem. Or yesterday, I almost ate the whole rotisserie chicken, so it was a cheat day. Usually the cheat days are the days where I go get the groceries, so I just grab whatever I want to eat, and no problem. I put my so mostly my groceries are frozen vegetables, frozen beef, ham, butter. So most of them are frozen. What I use is a 12-volt compressor fridge that can be a freezer also. It's the one I have. I have two. One is a 60 or 55 quarts LP cool. It have two compartments, and one side is supposed to be the freezer, and one side is supposed to be refrigerator. But I took the middle out and using it as a one temperature. I want it to be more efficient, and it's very tall, so my idea was the frozen stuff would be at the bottom, and like the ones that need refrigeration will be on the top. Usually the ones that need refrigerations are the salad and eggs and butter only. So usually it's just salads and egg. Butter it can go in the freezer too, doesn't matter. The thing that you don't want frozen is the salad. So sometimes I get those like a big box of salad, usually spring mix from Walmart. They're like $5, and you got like gigantic box of organic spring mix. Then I keep it on the top. In fact, let me pause the video and show you guys what I'm talking about.